Well, Radiant Church, it's Pastor Jeremy here with another 5-minute devotion. This one is from Psalm 19, verse 14, which says, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer." This is a prayer that ought to be on our lips every single morning. What a prayer. And what is David talking about here when he says this? Well, imagine a bottle. Okay, you got a bottle and it's full of something. And what happens every time you tip that bottle over? Whatever's inside comes out. There's never a time where you tip a bottle over and what's not inside comes out, right? That doesn't happen. And it's the same true of us. Whenever we speak, whenever we say anything, that is like a bottle being tipped over, and what's inside is coming out. There's never a time where we say something we don't mean. Whatever we say is evidence of what's inside, or like a bottle being tipped over. And sometimes our words reveal, and all times actually, our words reveal the condition of our heart. And you might be tipped out in social media, the words that come out on social media. You might be tipped out on the words that are spoken to the TV when someone says something that you don't like, or when someone just says something irksome that you don't dig, and you say words. What kind of words are you saying? What are the words of your mouth indicate what's going on inside of you? What do the words of your mouth reveal about the content of your heart? What this prayer that David has at the end of Psalm 19, it's a prayer about wanting to change or improve what's inside, wanting to adjust the contents of the bottle, so to speak. And the prayer is a desire that whatever words we speak, whatever comes out, would be something that is pleasing to Jesus. When it says, "Let me the words of my mouth be acceptable to you," it doesn't mean may my words be such so that I will be accepted by you. No, but rather, would the words that come out of my mouth, would the things that flow forth from my heart be something that is in harmony with the wondrous reality of who you are, God? And how do you do that? How do you change the content of your heart? Well, it starts, David says, with meditation. It starts with what we're filling our imagination with. It starts with what we're thinking about, or what our thoughts dwell in. So my question is, what are you filling your imagination with? If you want to know what the content of your heart is, I have an experiment for you. You know, in our day and age, we are surrounded by all kinds of input, constant input, whether it's from other people, your phone, the television, the radio, on and on and on, billboards, whatever. Things are constantly coming at us. And so a lot of times those things are just swaying what we think. But when you're all alone and it's silent and there's nothing around that's requiring you to think about anything because of a responsibility or input, like I mentioned, you're just alone with you and God and nothing else. What do you think about? Where does your imagination go when you don't have to be thinking about anything else? When you don't have to think about anything else, that shows what's inside. And the way we change that is flooding our imagination with His Word, flooding our imagination with the reality of who God is. And I love the meditation that David goes to. He says, "O Lord, you are my rock and my redeemer." That's a thing we can meditate. And in fact, today, wherever you're going, let that be your meditation. Let that be your refrain. Let that be the thing that is filling your imagination. "O Lord, you are my rock and you are my redeemer. You have redeemed my soul, and when I trust in you, I stand on firm and solid ground because of your grace." So, fill your bottle with something good by meditating on the glories of God today. Blessings on you.